full cast of Falcons soaring in the upper air here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We've got one that does take to the skies before kickoff. That is the mascot, Freddie Falcon. And at ground level, here they come. A cauldron of Falcons also taking flight out of the tunnel and onto the field in Atlanta. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday night primetime contest between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Atlanta Falcons. On the visiting sideline, look at the head coach of the Jaguars. His side down, but certainly not out yet. And they sit at 2-4. Kate Scott, joined by my partner, Brock Heward. And it's going to be Tyler Loop to get us started. And we're off in Atlanta. Fielded at the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns have more of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him, but you'd welcome an encore of everything else he was doing in that ball game.
A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 6, Buffalo 18.
Back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. It's a gain of 22. And the Jaguars have a first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Pass play on 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Dorian Williams makes the play. Well, we all know this is a player who's proven that he can weather an early setback and soldier on. That's going to be tested again after his first series ends in an interception.
Yeah, that's right, Kate. You don't get mentioned as one of the league's better passers if you can't shake off an early turnover. Now, his defense got to pick him up.
They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. On the move, past the 40. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Motion the slot man right. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. The extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jaguars and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And you always got to watch him when you're down near the red zone. He is sitting 2nd right now among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Completed over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion. They can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
2nd down run by Pacheco. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He beams one deep right side. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you get more interceptions. Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Dorian Williams makes the play. Well, that should pretty much shut down throwing his way anymore, Brock. This guy has ended each of their last 2 drives by himself with an interception.
And that's kind of the price you pay when you're playing phenomenal ball as a defender. I can remember Aaron Rodgers, primetime game, said, I'm not even throwing once, and didn't attack Richard Sherman one time that game.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Play action. Here's Penix. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 3rd and just 2 to go.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away. Following the play, one of the Jaguars in some distress as they hurry the medical staff out to look at him. Offense staying out there on 4th. They say no to a 47-yard field goal.
Ready?
Trying for it with Penix. Gets this one to London. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons pull out in front further, 13-zip. Drake London with the touchdown. Luke tacks on the extra point. And the Falcons drive out to an early 14-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Jaguars headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And Brock, they are not off to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake. Typically, one will follow.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
18 Cardinals.
They're throwing it. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
To the line and set. Here we go. 1st down. Back to throw now. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throw past Bryant. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Design quarterback run here. Hit right at the line, and that is where he is stopped, so no gain on 1st down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
He's brought down.
A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Brings up
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Jaguars. First down. 1st and goal.
We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. It's an early advantage for the Falcons. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. We're back for the start of the 2nd quarter. Jaguars have the ball and a chance at 6. Trying to do it himself, and he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. So it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
This time looking to throw. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Jaguars 7.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Falcons and Drake London headed back out onto the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
To the air with Penix. Now cuts out the screen. Here's Robinson. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. That one finds his man, Likely. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
And he's down after getting this up to the 41. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 41.
On the gun, it's Robinson. He takes this up to around the 46, and that's going to leave him a yard at most from that marker on 3rd down.
46-yard run.
Some really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Third down give to Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle. Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook.
Behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
60 Eagles.
Penix on 3rd down. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be out of bounds with a huge gain here, but wait just a second. That huge gain might not stand. We've got a flag down back near the line of scrimmage.
Still third down.
So they get dings for the holding. You got to wonder if that changes their call as they line this up for third down.
19.
Third and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas, when you watch college game to the NFL game, that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
And that punt hits and kicks out of bounds beyond the opposing 35. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. On the draw, it's Pacheco. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Anytime you dial up a blitz and you catch them running a draw like that, Brock, the D coordinator, he's going to be patting himself on the back right there.
He is, and not only for the call, but the execution of his player as well. Because you call blitz, Kate, sometimes they can just run with their hair on fire. He had the awareness to stop that draw before he gets started.
And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
There's no negatives ever on a great shoot for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Third and 10 coming up, Brock. We've arrived at our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done?
60 Vices, 60 Vices.
We'll air it out on third. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Blown back. It's the handoff. This is ahead for about 5. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. A gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Another carry for him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Throwing the out route complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Ready?
Williams goes the wrong way, and he's going to lose several here. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Second and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's second and goal. Dropping back to throw. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yes, that's just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Falcons with the football late in the first half. And we're down inside 50 seconds to play. Enough time to at least get into field goal range. Throwing now on first down. Penix hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Penix here from the gun. He can't escape. Jaguars all over him. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Complete beyond the marker. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report.
Our
Scott?
trip around the NFL starts now with a good matchup in the AFC. Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Starting to feel like fall outside, isn't it? Week 7 on the schedule. Let's get right into it. And this is the running back. Do not look away. He has the ball, he has speed, he has space, he has one of the plays of the year. The Condors are hot. They improved to 6-0 with the win here. From there, it's off to SoFi Stadium. We're looking on the Rams at home to take on Washington. And this is the visitors' running back. He's going to take this one in, 7 yards on the rushing touchdown. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts hosting the LA Chargers. And this is Justin Herbert. On target with that one, he had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Chargers win their 2nd straight as they get the victory here. With that, a look at the rest of the action going on. Remember, bye weeks are in play, so the schedule a little lighter than it's been in weeks past. Meanwhile, in our game, we expected a tight one, and we got it, all even at the break. As we hand it back over to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Out comes the Atlanta offense for the debut possession of the second half. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive.
Let's go now.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. That's some decent running there. Gets him 4. It's going to be 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Back now, pressure coming. Finds a seam down the middle. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock. So unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. They're going play fake with Penix. To the left and hold him by Likely. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
On second down, Robinson. He did well to shake off one tackle partner. The next one got him. He's going to lose yards. I think they might have taken that first down for granted there, Brock, and now their punishment is they got to figure out third down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on third down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
Penix throwing, 3rd and 2. Leslie's got it right side. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Falcon first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, Armando Robinson. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. From the shotgun, Penix. Completed over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the gun on 3rd, Penix. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it. Well, that didn't take too long. One series in, and he's given them the second half lead.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jaguars ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone in the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Pass play now. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Set up. 19, start, go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throw over the middle, cut by Brown. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. And after the play, one of the Falcons still out there injured. So we'll get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hello, ready?
Back-to-back carries here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jaguars grab the lead on their first series of the half. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead.
Jaguars 21, Falcons 17.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has it at the 11. Shoots away from one. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well.
Ready?
On first down, here's Penix. That's completed right side. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Jaguar. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Robinson up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Penix working from the gun. We look underneath here. Robinson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle.
Jaguars are there. He's hauled down. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face fourth down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this is brought to a stop at that same 34-yard line there. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Now we'll give left side to Pacheco. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Off road here on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on to it for one final quarter. So 1st down from the 41. Back to throw. Jump off, caught by his back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He finds Brown right side. to take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal.
Ready? 1918. Ready?
They'll try and punch it in. There's so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
A throw left side, caught by Brown. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars now lead by 10. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Good work so far. He's got room. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Out of the field runs the Atlanta offense. And this could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is first and 10.
Come on, set!
Play action. Here's Penix. Penix on the crosser. Just after the catch, he is hit and stopped. A nice gain, though, down to the enemy 41.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Penix now on first down. Another one here to London. He's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons now within 1 score in the 4th. Drake London with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. 2-point try coming. Penix and his offense getting set.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Right, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late.
Jaguars 28, Falcons 25.
Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there. Get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Now we see after that play, one of the Falcons having some trouble out there. They'll head out to look at him. Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Now give left side. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up, shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They may still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Offense to the line, second down.
Let's go.
Straight ahead with Williams. And all he can get is a yard here, Brock. It's going to be third down. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. The Falcons going nickel, third down.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Looking to throw. For big yards on the right side. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. All set now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Didn't sell the draw enough, but he pays the price. He's headed the wrong direction, backs him up for 2nd down. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Jaguars holding on to a field goal lead. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Down.
Running right, it's Williams. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Ready up.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Pat. 70 Lions.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
Pat the 60. Pat the 60.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And they stop him. No touchdown. No 1st down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
Well, a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call, but it can work against a pass or a run. Good luck running for the sticks when you got a whole defense crashing you right off the snap.
Finds him over the middle. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. We're paused here to deal with an injured player, and this is a significant one. Oh, that's Bijan Robinson getting looked at after the play. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing now. Can't convert on 3rd. That's to the ground and incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. On target to Moore. And they're going to take him down finally, but not before he puts his own goal line well in that rearview mirror.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be hit, sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here he is to throw. Pass complete to Robinson. And he has enough for that first down, but look at his teammates. They know something's up. Everybody looking at that flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down. To throw. Gets this one to London. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37.
13 yards on the play. And the Falcons.
And they spike the football as we get down under 50 seconds to play. Clock inside of 50 seconds now. 2nd and 10. Setting up to pass. Completed over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
Falcons, first down.
And they're down to 34 seconds as he clocks it. Nearing the last half minute of play. Now 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Finds his back. It's Robinson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Bijan Robinson. That's a gain of 7.
Now to throw. And he got there in time. He's taken down. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
A loss of 7.
The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. This is outside of field goal range, so no choice but to go for it here. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Drawing up the design keeper. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we say goodbye from Atlanta.